Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Lush Foliage. So I had a request to show how spider mites tend to look like. I will definitely show it to you in a while. But before that, what are the symptoms that indicates that you have spider mites? Because it's going to be very difficult to see them in the initial stage. But there is a very easy way to find if your plant is affected with spider mites. And that is by looking at the leaves. Now here I have some set of healthy leaves. These are my healthy morning glory leaves. You can see they look very healthy, absolutely fresh, no issues at all. But if I'm going to take a closer look at the other ones, now I've already treated the lower leaves. You won't find spider mites, but they have left a trace of it. And the trace is, you can see these white spots. So this indicates that there are spider mites beneath. Now if I'm going to turn around, there won't be any spider mites because I've already cleaned it, and I'm going to show you in the later part of the video how to clean the leaves. And over here another perfect example. You can see the leaves have these white spots. Now unfortunately, even after cleaning the spider mites, the white spots will still stay on the leaves. The leaves will not become fresh, clean like this. It is still going to have these spots, and this is a clear indication that your plant is affected with spider mites. Luckily, some of my leaves are not affected, whereas some of them have been affected. I've already done the cleaning, so you won't find anything when you're going to turn the leaves around, but the damage is already done. Over here I will try and shift this one as well. You can see very clean, nothing, because I had cleaned up all the lower leaves, so there are no spider mites. But if I'm going to show you how they tend to look like, here is a perfect example. So I think I'll have to zoom in a little bit because otherwise it will not be visible. So let me zoom a little bit. Okay, I think now it will be visible. You can see all those small dots. They kind of look like soil splatter, but actually these are the spider mites. Now they have already reached on the upper portion. Ideally they don't come on the upper portion of the leaves. Most of the time, like 80% of the time, they are beneath the leaves, but in this case they have come above. I will clean it in some time, and underneath the leaves as well you will see all those spots. So these are the spider mites. Very difficult to notice because they are very tiny and can be easily misunderstood as soil splatter because it looks like some soil particle on the leaves, but these are spider mites. So now what I will do is I will show you what I usually tend to do. You can go with any of your organic solution, but this is what I tend to do, and it has worked out really well. What I do is I just wash the leaf with regular water, because when I'm watering it, I water the soil as well, but before watering the soil I water the leaves. I take a bottle and I start cleaning the leaves. Now as you can see, my leaves are much better. There are no spider mites on them because I have done the cleaning. So I'm going to show you what I tend to do. So guys, I will give you an example on the lower leaf because my tripod is not going to reach all the way up. That leaf that is affected is at a height, but I'm going to clean that and I'm going to show it to you because you've already seen the amount of the spider mites on that. But over here I'll give you an example what I tend to do. Now before I tend to water, of course I will take a bottle like this. Now this is the bottle that I have. It's filled with only plain water. There is nothing added in this. If you want, you can use whatever solution, organic solution you have. But for me, the plain water has worked out really well. So I don't use unnecessary soap water for this, because then the water tends to fall into the soil, and I do not want that soap water or vinegar water to fall into the soil. So I just use plain water. I initially tried, if the water wouldn't have worked out, I would have gone for another option. But for me right now, the water has worked out really well. So every time before I water, I check majority of the leaves, and then I just take the water and brush it off like this. This is what I have been doing, and all the excess water tends to fall into the pot. And ever since I've done on this one as well, if you remember I showed you this one, I had gone ahead and cleaned it in the same way, and I didn't see the spider mites back again. So this is what I have been doing. I just take the leaf and I just spray that water in force so that the spider mites can go off. So the moment they get disturbed, I have seen that they don't come back again on that leaf. So this is how I tend to clean and water them. On these ones I haven't added anything. I haven't clean the leaves underneath because I had seen that they are very fresh, so I didn't do that. Only to the ones that were affected with that white spots, I went ahead and did the same cleaning. So it's a little bit difficult for me to hold the camera, so I'm trying my best to hold the camera with the tripod. So if the image or the video is shaky, I really apologize for that. So you can see I take this water in that jet form and I just spray it beneath like this. So the water is also not wasted. That water again ends up into the soil, and at the same time the spider mites are also kind of disturbed from beneath the leaf. And then I have seen that they don't come back again. They attack on the other leaves, and we have to do the same thing for the other leaves as well. Again, if you want, you can go with any solution that works out really well. I do not prefer to use neem oil or stuff like that yet. Probably very soon I will boil some neem water and I'll probably wash the leaves with neem water. Probably that might work out really well, but I do not want to use any chemicals on my plants. So this has been working out really well, so I keep cleaning the leaves like this. So what I'll do is I'll quickly clean the upper one because that's going to be the most difficult one. I won't be able to show it on the camera because holding the camera and the bottle is going to be very tough, but I'll try my best. Basically you give a bath. So as you can see now, the spider mites are gone. Maybe a little bit, we can just clean it off. You can even take a brush and clean it off, but I think the water method tends to work out really well. And apart from that, your plant also tends to get watered. So I have completely watered the plant as well, and this will just get rid of if there is anything that's going to come up. Luckily my new plant, the leaves are very healthy. There is no spider mites on that, but the earlier one had some spider mites. Again, tomorrow morning I'm expecting a lot of blooms. A lot of new blooms are coming up, so super excited about it. Couple of them coming up, and let's see how it works. But this was how it is. It's all about being a little bit more vigilant towards your garden and treating the infestation at the early stage. As I said, precaution is better than cure, so we are completely done. So guys, that's all about it. I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button, and if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe, and keep propagating.